know today you needed to play?
Pregame. Like when I got on the court and did some treatment stuff this morning. It was sore, but I had all the strength and stability in it, and it didn't get worse when I went through my shooting workout, so that was the sign I could play.
Steph, you're 12-1 for your career at MSG.
I heard 13. I don't want to cut you
Wait,
off.
did it come to 13 then? I thought it was
Somebody on the court told me 13.
Well,
Whether
you've only
the
lost
fact
one
check,
game here in
I'll
your
take it.
career.
And it was my best individual game. Weird. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, please, thank you.
Keep going.
What is it about this building?
I mean, it's Madison Square Garden. It speaks for itself. This is a place that brings, it just naturally has great, unique, authentic basketball energy. And, like, the fans are unreal, like the who's who of Celebrity Row and all that, but just everybody's anticipating great basketball. And from my first game here in college to now, like, it's always delivered. So, and for us on the Western Conference, we only get one chance here. And try to make the most of it.
Speaking of, did you actually...
Good job containing you, keeping it close in that first half. How did you overcome that breakaway in the second half, specifically that fourth quarter?
They're a great team, and we know that their starters are going to play big minutes, and you just kind of have to play solid, sound basketball, make them take and make tough shots offensively, and over the course of 48, if you don't shoot yourself in the foot with turnovers or empty possessions, then that was our formula for the night, and it worked. We didn't shoot the ball particularly well in the first half, but we were, having really solid possessions, and then our defense won it in the second half pretty much. Buddy got going early in the fourth, but then our defense really settled in, and it was a great performance.
Steve mentioned he feels like you guys are developing an identity now with Jimmy. What do you feel like that identity is these last 10, 11 games?
You just try to defend at a high level, first and foremost. With Draymond at the 5, Jimmy at the 4, you can play pretty fast and try to speed teams up on both ends. And then at the end of the day, kind of the same point, you just try to limit, your turnovers, and usually good things are going to happen. Whether we make or miss shots, we don't really live and die by that. It's, just truly the fundamentals of the game. Play good defense, take care of the ball, and then we're getting better at getting organized offensively with certain sets and actions that Jimmy likes. And then we all know, like, if I get the chaos of the offense going, we can, create good shots that way too.
Steve said you guys had some film sessions recently, kind of talking about that, but using your havoc better for the rest of the team. What did those film sessions accomplish, and did you see it tonight?
Yeah, we still had a rough patch. I think it's the third quarter. Like, we have to be a team that leverages, obviously, the attention that I draw, whether I'm on the ball or off the ball. But then if I'm off the floor, we got to know how to create good shots. Using, I think we don't ever really have a set or a stretch where me and Jimmy are off the floor. So you have to be able to kind of adjust and adapt, and we're getting more comfortable with that, being more intentional offensively. But the film sessions just allow you to see certain actions that create an advantage. And at the end of the day, it's really just getting off the ball if you don't have anything. Like, we're no overcomplicators. If you have a shot, shoot it. If you don't, move it. We're not an ISO team, so you're not going to see us squaring, sizing people up. It's just move the ball, get things done.
Jimmy said he's trying to help implement more of a mindset from y'all, like the paint is open when you're out there, like attack it more. Not just him, everybody. Are you feeling him kind of bring that mindset?
Yeah, but it's how you do it, and I know he's talking about that too. It's like I said, it's not just you give somebody the ball, you space, and have somebody break down the defender, get 2 feet in the paint. It's set a pin down, ball swings, drop down pass. That person might not finish. You get 2 feet in the paint, swing it to the weak side. Coach always talks about playing against closeouts, which are, for us, the easiest way to create advantages. And if we can do that over and over and over again, then, one, you're tiring out the defense because they're flying around, and then you're creating, easy shots, and there's a rhythm to it.
What's the key?
good rest. You're going to have good rest. Finish strong. Who the guys make that role? See, this kid can be, he should finish the ball.
We have a lineup that starts the quarters, or starts the second and fourth quarter. I think it's Brandon, Buddy, Draymond, Jimmy, and QP. And they have played pretty well most games recently. Of just understand what they're trying to do, getting stops, and they've helped us a lot.
What was it like at halftime? Did you give any encouraging words to your team?
No, it was pretty normal halftime. We were on a back-to-back, so you have to acknowledge you might not be as fresh as you would be otherwise, but you can still win it with your brain and your IQ. So we were trying to talk through some stuff.
So Steph, you obviously were the first to hit the 3,000 mark as far as threes are concerned. You're pretty close to 4,000 at this point. Have you allowed yourself, or are you kind of too in it to really think about where you think you can push to when all is said and done, as far as how many you can hit and kind of the trajectory that sets for the rest of the league?
I feel like I'm living a constant dream kind of vibe, because from when 2974 happened here 3 years ago, that was never, I mean, it was a goal, but it was never, I never thought it'd be a reality. And it's cool, like there's a joke, I'm setting a new record every night, every time you hit a three. I'm trying not to think about it too much, because last time I did, I psyched myself out for like a 5-game stretch and shot horribly and made it too much of like a weight I was carrying for no reason. But it is pretty amazing to think about.
Steph, there was a moment when you had an interaction with Spike. What was said and what was that about?
He was telling me how to read the pick and roll. On like they were blitzing a little bit, and he was just giving me some pointers.
Does it sting at all? That not even sting. Is it mind-boggling to you that the one game you didn't here, you brought up before, is the one that was like the big Steph Curry game here? And
I mean, it's kind of ironic. The only reason that I can come up with that game, I played the whole game, so it's kind of like a weird their endurance of trying to close it out after scoring 50 or whatever. But like I said, the Garden brings the best out of me, and I enjoy every time I get to play here for sure.
I know what you've said about the state of play of the game of the NBA right now. I just wonder if there was a perfect NBA game that you could engineer, would it look like the game that's being played now pretty much, or would there be anything substantially different?
That's a great question. I feel like it'd be pretty close to what it is now. I haven't been an NBA fan since I can remember. Like Jokic and Embiid are kind of like might be missing somebody, like the two more traditional. I could just throw it on the block and watch, you know, how that changes the geometry of the game a little bit, and there's not that many guys like that. So to have a little change up would be fun to see that more consistently. But other than that, I like this brand of basketball. It's just it highlights the skill set that guys are working on constantly all season, year after year, and you see just around the league how that's evolved, and that's for me is fun to see, because that's how I play.
When you have a spontaneous play like the one where Draymond gets the loose ball, hits Jimmy, Jimmy hits you for the three, as you three are trying to develop that chemistry heading to the playoffs, what can a play like that do for you guys?
Which one?
It was late in the game, and
when I hit a three?
Yeah, Draymond he hits Jimmy in the paint, and then Jimmy finds you in front of the bench for the three.
That was like the broken bridges to it. Yeah, like those are just. It's all about just having composure. Like something good is gonna happen if one of us three has the ball in our hands, and that's kind of indicative of what I was talking about to Slater's question. Is if somebody's open, throw it to them, and if not, drive, kick, do something with it. So Draymond got a steal. He threw it to Jimmy because he was closest to the basket. Jimmy saw me wide open, and it was just like second nature kind of vibe. So it was good to close out a game like that.
How do you think
Sorry, that's separate just as far as tonight, but something I'm working on separate. guys that have played with you, played alongside you, whether it's Olympic guys, whether it's like someone like Vincenzo, can have a little bit of time with you and get a chance to see the way you work and your routine. Do you take pride in guys being able to kind of study you and just work with you and be able to intertwine it? Someone like Anthony Edwards on the Olympic team, and obviously is taking a lot more things this year. How much do you guys pick your brain and how willing are you to kind of?
I'm an open book, and I do appreciate that feedback. Or like, you want to leave the game better than when you found it, and that evolution of the game and how guys approach it from high school to college to when they get in the league, like, that all matters. And I have people that I could tap into when I was coming up. Obviously, I watched my dad play for a lot of his career. Got to work out with CP, Melo, Katie when I was not even in the league yet, and just see how different guys approach it. So if I'm able to now be that for other guys, whether it's they're watching from a distance or I get actual FaceTime one-on-one time or play with them in an Olympic scenario, whatever it is, like, that all matters. It's just a more motivation to keep doing what I'm doing while I am playing, and I'll be even more of an open book when it's all said and done. So, yeah, pass whatever information, knowledge, wisdom you have on to the next crop of guys.
Great. All right, last one. Go ahead.
How does the three-pointer feel in the third quarter that pushed you into Edwards?
Which one was it? Oh, that was after I was over there by Spike, so I had some good juju going.
Yes.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you, sir.